I'm interested in textiles because they're just immediate. We're always dealing with textiles. We have that naturally in us, how we relate to the way we dress, and it is also a vehicle for communicating ideas.
All of the artists in this exhibition use textile traditions that we're familiar with. But in doing so, they invent something very new, and they remind us that even the most common ideas can be turned into something remarkable in the hands of talented creative artists. Adrian Esparza creates site-specific works using lengths of thread that become abstractions. He metaphorically deconstructs the serape, and in doing so, he's evoking the idea of deconstructing Mexican culture, the culture that he grew up with, and then reconstructing it in new ways. Lucia Cuba is a fashion designer, a fashion theorist, and a social scientist. The weight, texture, and color of the garments are based on interviews that the artist conducted with individuals dealing with breast cancer. Marela Zacarias' works might be called three-dimensional painting. She begins with this metallic screen that she adheres to a wooden framework and creates these undulating forms that she then covers with plaster. She's able to create these very smooth surfaces that look like fabric. At BRIC, she produced a monumentally scaled work that looks like it's cascading down the gallery wall and reminds us of the importance of drapery to the entire textile tradition, as well as to many aspects of historic figurative painting. Lorenzo Hurtado Segovia is a Mexican-American artist who's based in Los Angeles and grew up along the borderlands between Mexico and the United States. He calls his work papel tejidos, or woven papers.
I got involved with textile in the early 90s, and I started introducing it into sculptures. I used a piece of carpet that had a pattern in it, and I took a chance and actually mimicked the pattern, and I just went along the lines of this rather geometric pattern. Staples were something that could be a drawing tool, almost like repetitive cross-hatching, mark-making. Sometimes it glitters if it's lit, and then sometimes it's dark and a little bit menacing. Much of my work for many, many years has been about eliminating the object.
Xenobia Bailey pays homage to her mother and to other women in the African American community who learned to make do with little and who work to beautify their homes, working with different kinds of craft traditions, including crochet. And all of her work seems to have this vibrational energy that she calls the power of funk. Sophia Narrett tells stories with needle and thread. Narrett draws from some unusual sources, including the tabloids and reality TV, as well as her own life. And she creates these very complex narratives that are part fiction, part real. They can be surreal, they can be erotic, they can be comic, and they literally seem to be dripping off the surface.
Intervention Indigo is a piece that combines processional, performance, protest. Indigo is the color of royalty, it's the color of protection, it's the color of wisdom. Newborn babies are wrapped with indigo-dyed cloths to protect them. It is not, to me, a mere coincidence that police all over the world wear blue, the color of protection. Moko-Jambi tradition, the stilt dancers, their traditional purpose is to serve and protect. And so I want to bring all of these references together and to remind all of us of the importance of serving and protecting.